host, Brad Kraut.
But anyways, everyone, welcome back to the Kick the Sheets podcast, episode number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed and watched episode number 1. It was basically just who the fuck is Brad Kraut. But today we have a superstar on. Also, we have a co-host on the show today. We've been talking about this for months now, and it's finally happening. It is a reality. I want to introduce Mr. Drumroll, please. Aeneas Hawkins. Brad, how are we feeling today?
Let me tell you something. I'm excited to be here. I remember when we would talk about doing this on the treadmill at 6 a.m. in Lionheart. That we've come a long way since then. I'll tell you what. People don't really know how we met. We've done a lot of things. We work together now. We've worked together now. We've done. We've worked out together. Kick the Sheets idea, but. When I first met you, I want to tell the story because this is important.
This is
Katie,
important.
I don't even think you know
Katie's
this.
Intro in a second, but this is important.
Katie, and you may not know this either. I'm at a party in 2021 or 2020. It's spring semester. Everybody's letting loose. The weather's breaking. Okay, and I meet this kid, Brad. He's outside. Typical college party. Nothing different than normal. He is in a wife beater. Okay, he is belligerent, and he's telling me that he benches 405. Okay, it's me, Brad, and like 20 football players. That was a bold-faced lie, by the way. Anyway, me, Brad, 20 D linemen. Brad is hyped, talking about how much he benches and how much stronger he is than everybody. I go inside to go to the bathroom. I come back out, and as I'm on the way out, I hear Brad shouting and screaming, and it sounds like a fight's about to happen, and I'm very confused. I come outside. It is Brad in the middle of a circle with 12 D linemen around him. Oh, gosh. He is talking trash to all of them and daring them to do something about it. And I had to go in there and save Brad's life.
And because Hawk came in and saved my life, we are here right now.
This is how it started.
I think I might have held my ground a little.
I don't think you were going to. I mean, when the circle, a typical D lineman is 200 pounds heavier than you and probably a foot taller. And you were about to fight 12 of them at once.
Hey.
Kick the sheets.
Gotta be fearless.
Kick the sheets.
Even when you're drunk, kick the sheets.
All right, anyways, we have a superstar on the podcast today, Miss Katie Feeney. She is done so many things already, and she's only, how old are you, 20 years old?
20.
Only 20 years old. Like 7 million on TikTok, 3 million subscribers on YouTube, almost 1 million on Instagram. She's also a college student too, balancing everything. So I'm really excited to just get into it, just talk about the power of social media, just like your journey of becoming this social media star.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for having me on. I'm already feeling hyped up, and I'm excited. Whenever I'm around Brad, I just get this energy. I've had a long day. I was tired, but now it's I drank 5 cups of coffee. I didn't actually, but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, now I'm drinking a Celsius too. Long day, and I needed that extra caffeine.
I don't think you need Celsius, man. I think you've got enough. You think so?
Yeah, I think I did.
I don't know okay. I'm not sure what type of day is so difficult that Brad Kraut needs extra energy. That's kind of foreign to me.
Yeah, but anyways, I kind of want to just dive into, my first encounter with Katie. So it was last year, and we were doing a Jerpa shoot.
Yeah.
So I thought when I was going to meet Katie, because you have to think about your typical 19-year-old, female with all this following.
Yeah.
I was expecting Katie to, kind of be, stubborn, super stuck up, I'm Katie Feeney, get out of my way type of energy. Okay, that's what you got to think about.
I think some people, if they just see me online, you might think that that's how I act, but I'm the complete opposite. So I think it always surprises people when they meet me, because I mean I get it. I see where people are where they could think that from just seeing someone that has a bunch of followers. I'm just I don't care about that stuff. I'm here to have a career, not to I don't care how many followers I have. So
Yeah, I just thought that was really unique.
Yeah, I feel it's hard for young, successful people typically to keep their humility and to stay on the ground, especially when you have so many followers and so many people are watching everything you're doing. Kind of naturally, that's got to be tough to fight against, no?
Yeah, I mean, it's always weird for me, when people do recognize me or they're pointing at me, because I don't feel that way, and I've always been surrounded by great friends and family, and I come from a small area in Maryland, so I've never been in the LA scene or the New York City scene. So I don't see myself as an influencer or as a famous person. I not at all. I feel like everyone else. So when other people don't treat me like that, that's when it's weird for me.
Yeah, talk about the LA scene. So like what made you decide to like come to a school like Penn State rather than, because I'm sure, well, honestly, talk about your journey. Like, so many people come up to me.
Yeah.
They come up to me and they're like, yo, like, you're friends with Katie. I was like, yeah, like, she's super cool, like, super chill. They're like, so, like, why is she famous? Like, who is she? Like, why does she have all these followers?
I feel like so many people, like, just got there once the following was already established, so it's hard for them to really even know how that happened. I've had people ask me the same question where it's like, how did Katie blow up like this? Like, what happened?
Yeah, so I started doing social media when I was in 8th grade. Maybe it was even like end of 7th grade. So I was in middle school, and I started on Musical.ly making like.
So is that 8 years now? Is this like 8, 9, 10 years?
I hope no, I don't think so. It's probably like 8th grade. Oh my god, it probably is like 6 years, 7 years.
It goes quick. Time goes fast.
That's scary. But no, I made like, the cringy Musical.ly videos. But like I didn't even do the lip syncing ones. Like I would just set up my phone and do who knows what. Like you can.
What made you like get into Musical.ly? Like, what's your background?
I literally started for fun with my friends. Like we were all doing it. And I wanted to get featured. It was like instead of the For You page, it was like getting featured, which is like getting a viral video.
So in 7th grade, like you always kind of wanted to be a social media star?
No, not at all.
I feel like that's the opposite of what she just said.
Yeah, it was like I just started posting videos for fun, and then I was like, okay, it'd be really cool to get featured, like get a bunch of views on a video.
Well, that's why I just asked that question.
But it wasn't like
I wanted to be an occupational therapist up until my junior year of high school, up until COVID, honestly.
Occupational therapist.
I don't know either. I'm not gonna laugh at you. I've heard the term, but I don't know. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to laugh.
If I'm curious, I'm gonna fucking ask. So I'm asking, what's an occupational therapist?
So it's similar to like a physical therapist, but I think it's like more if like someone gets in a car accident or something like a little bit more like tragic happens and they have to like go through like
extensive rehab.
Yeah, right. I think honestly like that. I read some stuff about it. Like my cousin did it. I was like, I want to be an occupational therapist or a physical therapist, like one of those. No. But yeah. All right,
so you said you still wanted to do that as a junior in high school.
Oh yeah. Like I never saw this being a career at all.
Can I ask how much of a following did you have at that point?
I think going into high school I had like 300,000 on Musical.ly. So this is before it was even TikTok.
Right.
Got it.
Wow.
So going into high school, I mean, I was like, and people started making fun of me, the typical. I feel like every like content creator is like, yeah, I got made fun of. Like everyone was mean, but like, people actually were mean. So then I stopped for a decent period of time, like almost all of my freshman year.
It got to your head?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was so sick of being the social media girl, and I was like, okay, I'm in high school
now. What were things
now.
like people saying to you?
I mean, just like, oh, your videos are like weird, or like that's so weird, it's like cringy, like that type of stuff, or like, oh, it's Katie Feeney, I don't know, nothing like horrible. It was just like as like a freshman,
right?
I don't know, how old was I, like 14? I like took it to heart.
Would you say it was more older kids doing this?
No, people migrate. I mean, I guess older kids too, but people just gave me a hard time. So, and it was like a lot of like guys or like my friends were always nice to me, but
and supportive.
Yeah. Good. But I mean, at the same time, like I started pursuing it not as like I want to become famous type of way, but like I wanted to get featured, and like once I got one featured video, I was like, okay, this is like cool. I'll keep making videos. Maybe more of them will go viral. So I was trying all my videos, and like how people are like, oh, it's so like weird, the people that try so hard on their videos, and not as much now because I think a lot of people are like hopping on social media, but like at the time it was so new, and this is like a new app, a new platform. Short form videos weren't really like a thing until then, and I was like one of the only people that was like trying on my videos.
And by trying, it was strictly dancing videos.
I did a lot of dancing ones, yeah, dancing, trending like sounds, comedy videos, those types of things, but a lot of them were dance videos. And then in high school I made like videos with my dance team, and I was on Palms, which I think is like a Maryland thing, but it's like a dance team, but like you have palms in your hands, like it's like a mix of like cheer and dance. So I made videos with them, just videos like during my first period chorus class, like we wouldn't do stuff sometimes, and so like we'd make TikToks. And then it was fun because like everyone started doing it, so it wasn't just like it's weird type of thing because other people started doing it, but like basically I just had this. Went to bed one night and I saw people that started on Musical.ly at the same time as me, like, just blow up.
Names? Any names?
Like Josh Richards, for example, Lauren Gray, like that huge group of.
Bryce Hall?
Bryce was wasn't he like Vine or YouTube? I don't even know.
I don't know.
But
I just saw TikToks of Bryce doing like Musical.ly stuff.
Yeah, it was like all of the people that I started doing it like at the same time were all at the same like level. They were like huge now. They were in LA. They were doing all these cool things, and I was like, why did I stop? Like I let it get to my head. Everyone's opinion. So went to bed one night and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep doing this. Like I don't care.
What year is this in high school?
This is freshman year, end of freshman year.
Okay. So now freshman year, summer, coming into sophomore year.
Yeah, and I still I didn't post a crazy amount. But then like I started producing content a lot, and like what I'm known for, or not known for, but like how I've gotten to where I am is just overproducing content. Like I like pump out content all day. So I'm posting like 3 to 4 videos every single day on TikTok.
Liver is not king. Content is king.
That is a great quote. I've never heard that before.
I've never heard that. No, I like it. So I just started posting a ton of videos. I mean, people are still making fun of me. Like I came home crying many, many times.
In high school.
I mean, like, I was a social media girl. Like, I walked in the halls and people, like, would say stuff. So, and it was, like, I, again, had great friends. I was on the dance team, but, like,
I just don't get how people were being so, like, you're so nice. Like, you don't have any bad intentions.
That goes to prove that people are just haters. Like, people will hate if they have anything that they could even comment on. My question for you is this, because you mentioned, like, they were doing it then when you were a freshman.
Yeah.
There's still people that are doing it now. Obviously, you're successful with it now. You're bringing in revenue. You're creating all these opportunities for yourself. When did you start doing that, number one? And number two, has the money that you're making now and the opportunity that you're creating now, does it make it less important that people are talking and they're hating?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care at all now. People can say whatever they want.
Right. I'm paid. Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, it's just like, I think more
Check
people.
my bank account?
No, not in that way.
Not the words of your mouth. That's how we would respond, for sure.
No, but
that's what we would do.
Like, I got to the point where I was like, people are going to talk no matter what. Yeah. It doesn't matter, like, if I'm posting, like, 1 time a day or, like, once a week, or if I'm, like, at this point, people are going to talk. Like, right. I've done it for this many years. Like, it's not going away. I love to do it. Like, I genuinely love this. So, like, why would I take the time out of my day to, like, dwell on what someone else is going to say about me? Because that's life. Like, in life, people talk. People, they always find a reason to, like, hate on something. So, like, who cares? And, yeah, now I'm getting opportunities, and, like, I'm working with brands, and literally, like, my
Shout out the Washington Commanders.
No, like stuff I would have never imagined have happened and are continuing to happen. Like, how can I, like, take that for granted just because of someone saying something rude?
How do you process, we talked about the Commanders, you were just in the White House, you're doing all these amazing things. Are you able to realize the magnitude of these opportunities while you're still in them, or does it take time passing for you to realize, oh man, like, that was really cool?
Yeah, once, like, it's always like a, is this real life type of feeling? Like, it doesn't, like, the second the White House reached out to me, I was like, this isn't real. And, like, the Commanders, I was like, there's no way. Like, this isn't real life. So it hits me right away. But, like, I think, like, what's hard for me to envision is how many people are seeing my content and, like, how much of an impact I can have. That's, like, what takes me a little while to process, because, like, you're not seeing, like, 7 million faces. Like, it's just, like, a number on video. Like, when you think about it, like, it's a lot of people. Like, I think, like, I don't remember how many views I got over, like, my Super Bowl content, but I was like, this is, like, more people than are watching, like, my videos in total than that watch the game. So, like, doesn't, like, process in my head.
Yeah. When did the explosion on TikTok happen? So I know we were up to, like, sophomore year, but I kind of want to start getting into the end of your high school career and then talk about coming to college and when you could have probably gone a different route and why you chose college, why you wanted to go to college.
Yeah, and this is why it's hard for me to even, like, talk about exactly what happened, because I've been doing it for so long, and, like, it's all kind of a blur. But my biggest growth period was over quarantine because.
You were a senior.
So this was my end of junior year of high school. So I prior to quarantine, like I just kind of made the videos everyone else was making, like the dance videos, whatever was trending at the time. And then over quarantine, I started just ordering like random packages off of Amazon, just like stuff online or like at the store that I thought could be fun, like gadgets, or I bought like sea monkeys, which are literally like you like grow little shrimp. They're like brine shrimp, and like that blew up.
Can we talk about sea monkeys real quick? Because I have actually always been confused about what it actually is. You say grow.
No, like
but they're living creatures.
Yeah.
So how do they?
But they're like
come in
artificial
a package?
shrimp. Yeah, they come in a package, and
What
then
does
you
it
like
mean
put the
to you?
growth food in.
Mechanism.
I don't know, honestly. Like
But it's alive. It is alive.
I mean, like I don't. I mean, yeah. I mean, they like started eating each other, so like they're definitely like alive.
Where did you like house these monkeys?
I mean, it's just like in my sea monkey little container. See, it's interesting, right? This is why
I would never pin you as like being in your house during COVID with sea monkeys.
My content has changed since then because like social media is constantly evolving, and I couldn't like open packages forever. But that's when I like kind of figured out my niche for a little while.
What was your following at, or do you know?
I went from I think like. I was like probably like 2.4 to like 6 million.
How did you even get to 2.4 million? Was that all from
all from high school? That was like my just like making TikToks in high school.
Wow, that's crazy.
No, I need to like go.
Wait, time out. So balancing Musical.ly and TikTok?
No, so
both?
No, so
did we miss a spot? Okay. And just, come up?
So Musical.ly switched to TikTok. That's probably important. Like TikTok is Musical.ly. Like TikTok is
it's the
like
same platform.
Like literally like just the.
So the name just switched.
Yeah.
Rebranding.
Yeah.
I thought it was Musical.ly, and then it was like, oh, fuck Musical.ly, let's go over to TikTok.
Oh no! So my following from
you learn something new every day. Wow.
Yeah. So my following like carried over. So that's like I was already verified on Musical.ly. I had like a crown. It wasn't like a check mark. So I was a crowned muser.
1,000 followers as a freshman in high school.
Yeah, probably at that point like 500,000.
Got it. It's all adding. Yep.
Yeah. See, it's all like. So much has happened.
No, but this is good because people have no clue about this.
I've known you for like a year now, and I had no clue of any of this. This is breaking news to me.
Donnelly's sitting over here like, dude.
No, I probably am like not making sense because it's so much. But no, next time I'm gonna like have like a little sheet and just like I think I need to do that for myself because people ask me in interviews all the time like, how did you get to where you are now? And I'm talking for like 30 minutes straight. They haven't even gotten to like what they actually want to talk to me about, and I'm just like talking about my journey, and I'm like, okay, Katie, like let's take a step back and like actually you need to figure this out because I'm just rambling. But yeah.
So all right, now junior year going into senior year.
So
COVID, you go from like 2.4 million to like 6 million.
Yeah.
Now you're a senior in high school. You have 6 million on TikTok, probably 1 million on YouTube.
So I hadn't even started YouTube yet.
God, how do you? Okay, so now you're at 6 million on TikTok. You're at probably how much on Instagram?
Not a lot. Probably like 100,000.
Not a lot.
I mean, no, it's a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot. But like compared, no, it's a lot. But like it wasn't like what I'm at now.
Yeah.
But no, it is a lot.
All right, so now you're a senior in high school. You have this following. What opportunities are coming your way? What's going through your mind? Am I going to college? Am I going out to LA with all these other creators? Walk me through this.
Okay, yeah. So brands started approaching me, like Amazon, Disney, like the Warner Brothers, all this like brand deals started happening. Before this, like I did like sounds. I did a lot of like I would make a TikTok to a sound for like an artist, and I'd get paid that way, but I didn't do tons and tons of brand stuff. So I started.
What were you making? So I'm an artist, or there's a record label or a marketing agency that's representing the record label for this campaign. What were they paying you at the time?
I mean,
for a 7-second video using the sound.
It wasn't like an absurd amount. It was probably like I didn't know how to price myself at all. So I think
you were doing this all yourself with your parents, like no management team?
Yeah, my mom would help me out, but I didn't have management until going into college. So I would do like a video for like $200, like to a sound.
Yeah,
that is stealing.
which is
That's
like,
stealing.
Which I don't feel like people could get away with now. With this,
well, but in my head, I'm like, that's
great.
crazy. Like
Right.
that's a lot of money, and it is. But like
Especially for
compared to what people are
senior.
making now, and like now that I know how to price myself, like I wouldn't have. And I remember I talked to like another creator, and I had 800,000 followers at this time, and he was like, "How much are you asking for like from a company?" And I was like, "Oh, like $50, like maybe 80." And he's like, "You should be asking for 1,000." I was like, "No, that is too much. Like I'm not asking for 1,000. Like I won't get any offers if I'm asking for $1,000." He's like, "No, Katie, like you at least should get $1,000." And I'm like, "No, like I'm good with like hundreds a lot." I remember like one guy was like $200 for this sound, and I was like, "This is out of this world, absolutely insane." So I didn't know how to do it, and like I think like now people know how to do it, and people are more open about it.
Yeah.
But at the time, like no one talked about it.
So this is interesting to me because you're big on several different platforms.
Yeah.
You've made money using several different platforms. There's been a discussion about like the ways that TikTok pays creators versus YouTube versus Snapchat. Do you feel a difference, and do you have a favorite because of it?
I've made the most money through Snapchat. This is I don't like talking about that type of stuff, but the only reason I'm going to say is because like there's press around it. So like on Snapchat, I made $1 million in 6 weeks.
How much time?
Over. So, like, and I wouldn't say this if it wasn't already like online.
People already know this.
Yeah, people already know this.
I didn't know.
Backtrack, slow it down. How old were you?
This was my senior year of high school. This was 2020.
Man,
Penn State,
crazy.
He's at school.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
Made
this is
7 figures in, what was it, 6 weeks?
6 weeks.
And she's at school.
So you're a
Respect.
senior. You're a senior in high school.
Respect. That's respect.
In 6 weeks, you're making more than most NFL rookies are. You're looking through applications for college.
Yeah, I was applying to school.
I respect that so
Well,
much.
so that's the whole reason I'm here. I was going to go to University of Maryland because financially it made the most sense. In-state tuition, right? Like, made the most sense. I was making money, but I was not making to that extreme.
Right.
Like, I didn't even know that was possible on social media. So that was like a very... I like still think about it and I'm like, how is that real? Like my parents even, they're like, my brother's like, that's Katie, like don't get your hopes up. Like chances are it's like, I don't know, you probably didn't make it $1 million. And I'm like, well, it's like says $1 million, like, because it was like through like crystals or I don't know, and it translated into money
Right.
like through the app
That's
on Snapchat
crazy.
Spotlight.
Okay.
So
like,
other people made a lot of money. Yeah, I ended up making I think like 1.6 million or 1.8 through that program. And other people, like this one kid, made 3 million. So I was like one of the top earners on it because I was one of the first to post on it.
Right. So my question is, okay, so I'm 22.
Yeah.
I'm a Penn State graduate. I played 4 years of football here. If I made $1.8 million right now, I'd get arrested twice and I'd have a jet. How were you mature enough to handle that?
I'm not someone that spends money in like
You're smart.
like I mean I'll buy clothes and like I'll spend money that way. Like if I go to the mall and I spend $1,000, like that's too much. Like I'm like, okay, don't do that.
Yeah.
And like the one kid that like made 3 million, like bought a house in LA, like bought a Tesla.
That's what
I
these
bought a
young kids
car.
do.
I did buy a car. So like that was like my big purchase, and I paid fully for college. And like I opened up a 401k.
Right.
I got a financial advisor, invested my money. So I was trying to do it like the smart way.
What
This was
made-
all senior year of high school?
What made
Yeah.
you start thinking the smart way? Was it your parents? Was it people in your corner? How did that happen?
Definitely my parents helped a lot.
Yeah.
And they were very like helpful in advising me through all of it because I mean, like was I 18? I was 18. So as an 18-year-old, I don't know how to manage money and like
I would make $50,000. I'd go crazy.
I'd lose it.
I can't imagine.
Yeah,
that.
it was
I'd
very
be like,
crazy.
Fuck school. I'm not going to school. I'm buying a fucking little condo in Tulum, Mexico, and living in Tulum for a couple years.
Yeah, it was very crazy. But for me, college was never not in the picture because like I need normalcy in my life.
Right.
Like I can't, this to me isn't worth it if I like don't have the people I'm closest with around me. Like I like being with my family when I'm home. I like being in an apartment with my best friends. Like that's like the stuff that I find the most enjoyable in life is like the connections you make with people. And for me, like if I were to go to LA, I just know I would be lonely. It's very competitive. Everyone wants something from each other. And that doesn't go for everyone there. Like I think some people, when you have a great group of people or like a family there, like they love it. But I have heard a lot of like horror stories of LA. So I think like you have to be a person that can like live in that environment. And I just don't think I'm that type of person for now, at least. And I don't really ever see myself living there. But like I definitely would stay there for like some periods of time if there were some work opportunities. I've been there for cool events, but yeah, I couldn't live there.
Yeah, now
Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
So now you're, coming to Penn State, and when you got here, kind of how's it transition from high school to then college, and then balancing everything you're doing for socials between brand deals, travel, probably a lot more I'm missing, and then your actual like schoolwork, where like you already kind of know the career path you're going down, but you're still going through the academics and having to sit in lectures and take notes on things that you probably don't even give a shit about.
And before you answer that, what are you studying?
Broadcast journalism. So communications.
Shout out the comm school.
I was about to say twins.
Yeah, the comm school is it's awesome.
Fist bumps all around.
Yeah. No,
Donnelly's going.
Love the comm school, but it's a lot. It's very overwhelming. And like I'm similar to you. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. to kick the sheets, but I'll wake up at like 6:30.
I feel like you're going to bed at like midnight every night.
Yeah, I do go to bed at like midnight. Yeah, when do you go to bed? Like
I try to go to bed between like 9, 10:30.
Okay.
I like my sleep. It's important to grow.
Very important.
Well, I go to bed
it worked for you. You're so tall.
Yeah, I'm like 6'3", 220, so my sleep would definitely help. I just remember, this is off the tangent, but I just remember like growing up, they're like, yeah, like when you sleep longer, like when you're a teenager, you start sleeping longer because it like helps to grow. But it didn't work for me.
So were you doing, not to cut you off again, Katie, but like when you realized you weren't growing vertically at the same rate, did you start sleeping more and drinking more milk and getting excessive about the things that they say make you taller?
No.
Did you start stretching a lot?
I started lifting in 7th grade. Like that was the first time I went on the squat rack. But like I hit puberty, like I had armpit hair and shit. So like I was like cool. But like that might have been why I didn't grow. Okay. But at the same time, I had good form. But I have not grown since 7th grade, so there might be a correlation there. Right. I think it's a myth, but I'm 5'6" and a quarter now.
Well, we're still growing. I tell people all the time, I'm tall now. Wait till I hit puberty. You know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna get way bigger. Go ahead, though. Sorry.
Oh yeah, back on track about balance.
Let's get back on this.
Yeah. Oh. The balance between school, brand deals, everything. I saw you made like a Snapchat the other day of like all the lists that of studying finals. You have to do 6 brand deal videos.
I'm a big to-do list girl. So like I'll wake up. First thing I'll do is make a to-do list. And I've been slacking on that a little bit this year. But like last year, that was the only way I could function. So I'll wake up and like right away, I like either go to the gym or I'll start editing or like getting work done.
I'm telling you, get up, kick the sheets, do something productive.
Oh yeah, like I like to get up early because there's something about like most people not being awake yet that I just feel like I can get the most work done. And like once it hits like 5 o'clock, like then I don't want to be doing work. Like I don't like to have to. I mean, I'll edit stuff or I'll do schoolwork, but I don't want to have to film something past 5 o'clock. So that's like my cutoff time, and I'll still do work. Like I love being busy. I love having stuff to do. The second I don't, I feel weird. Like I like doing something to like further me in my career or like school or just get ahead. So
the interesting thing to me about this, like. One thing I'm learning as I talk to more people who are super successful, regardless of what field they're in, everybody has a process that they live and die by. The most successful people, everybody. I think about like Tom Brady, Serena Williams, it's all the same type of process and structure.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, I definitely think like structuring out my day has been the most helpful for me and just literally like grinding. I mean, and I'm at where I'm at this age because I started so young. So I think like it helped that I kind of got the groove of it. Like starting in high school, I was always busy. I danced, I ran track, I was like the class treasurer, school-wide treasurer. So like I was always like busy doing extracurriculars, doing stuff. So like I was used to having a busy schedule, and I managed social media in high school with all of that. So to me, I was like, okay, like if anything, I have more time. This year has been hard for me just because I think I took on a little bit too many brand deals that I could handle. I was filming like 3 a day. on top of
Monday to Friday.
Yeah, so normally I'll film on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'm taking.
Oh, you have the schedule of when you do film.
Yeah.
Good. All right. This is good. This
Or
is
like,
time
I mean,
management right there.
So
Like that.
I scheduled some web classes and some in person for this semester just because I knew with the Commanders I'd have to travel back and forth a little bit. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I don't have in-person classes, which has been so helpful for me
So
because travel and stuff, like having Friday off and Monday off was the most helpful. And
I'm
if
the
you have
same
those
thing.
days off, you have Wednesday off.
Yep. I was going to say, like you talked about the Washington Commanders. You're doing stuff with Penn State football too. What was like your steps of getting involved with Penn State football last year as a freshman, doing social media for them, and then all of a sudden signing the first ever deal as like an influencer partner with the Washington Commanders?
Yeah, it's still so crazy to me, but I had gotten introduced to like the Penn State social media team early, like the very, very beginning of last year because of I knew someone who was friends with someone that worked on the team. And so like we had an introduction, I had a meeting with everyone, kind of talked about like stuff I could do, the experience I could get from it, just like from like a learning perspective, like if I wanted to work in sports and stuff. So we talked about it, and then I went on the field for the first time. I got like my field pass, and then I continued to go on the field. My first time was the whiteout game. So, and then I started.
What was that experience like?
Oh, unreal. I cried that night. I never thought I would like cry from like.
This is emotional. The whiteout for everybody the first
No,
time.
it was
Yeah,
really
I was on the
emotional.
field too last year
Yeah.
for the whiteout.
You were.
It was really cool. That was it.
I was like, yo, like,
It's
I feel
different.
like you like, and well, especially when you're playing, bro. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I was a cheerleader.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it was like for you,
was
Hawk.
You were ready to like knock
Let me just say
someone
this.
out.
Let me
Yeah,
just say
yeah,
this.
let's get
Freshman year, we're playing Ohio State, 2018. I forget what they were ranked, but they were good, as always. We're running out, and I had heard about the whiteout. I never got to visit as a recruit. I ran out the tunnel. The ground was shaking. It's a sea of white. I start crying. It literally feels like I'm in, like, Remember the Titans. Like, it's not real.
It is not real.
Peak moment in life right there. Like, that feeling right there is so
So
different.
like, what happened when you ran out? He's like, hold on, wait. a
I'm
minute.
literally running down Beaver Stadium. I'm running down the field to go to the other end of the end zone. I have tears going down my face, and I could fight anybody. Mike Tyson walked in that moment. He was getting to work. Yeah. Ohio State won
it's
that
a
game,
cool
so
experience.
they didn't get that much work. But regardless, yeah.
Yeah, so that sparked my interest in sports because I actually came to Penn State I was in the business school.
I shouldn't on the business school. It's just
I
it's not needed.
I wanted to
It's
do
not-
marketing because like
Okay, but if you're gonna do marketing in the business school, you're gonna have to take calculus.
right,
How's
and that's why I
calculus?
didn't
Me
because
too.
I had
Let's go.
I had like the
Brain, whatever.
orientation.
Brain match.
Yeah,
Because why, if I'm gonna go do marketing, why would I go and have to take a calculus class? Why?
yeah. There's a lot. Just I guess like
It's
the
like, I feel like-
overall business school stuff.
It just looks good, like Smeal, like it just looks good.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, I was like, for me, it's not gonna be my classes that gets me to that next level.
Well, let me play devil's advocate.
Okay, play it.
Everybody's not Brad Kraut and Katie Feeney, so a lot of students have to take that route where they learn everything about marketing through their classes. You guys are social media moguls.
See, I'm gonna.
Let me
I
finish,
honestly
let me
like
finish.
I'm on both sides. Like I'll stay out of this conversation.
Can I finish?
rebuttal. I know that's a
You're doing
word.
brand deals. Katie Feeney's doing brand deals. She's dancing in the White House. Everybody does not have that opportunity to learn how to market themselves and to learn how to work with brands that way.
So you think studying a textbook and definitions about marketing is gonna actually be able to? All right, Aeneas, go study this textbook here. I'm gonna go put you in this company. Go memorize those definitions and go market this product.
What I'm saying is it may not be the solution, the end all be all, but there is value in it still.
Well, right, and like someone could go into the business school and think they want to do marketing, but then maybe they like finance, and then you have like that leniency, like you can switch.
You're an academic weapon. You should know this.
I know, but all I'm saying is students will learn the most in real life application.
Agreed.
So when you are a freshman, this is what's so effed up about the education system is that. Sorry, I'm going on. This is
Go ahead, do your thing.
I'm going off. Yeah, let me go. All right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, Donnelly's with me. It's this blueprint, and you can talk to me about this. There's a blueprint. You go to school, you pick a major. By the end of like your freshman year, it's like, oh, this is what I'm doing. Like I'm gonna be a computer science guy, right? No, you just pick computer science because it's like what your family did or whatever. And then you go, you take all these classes, and it's like, oh shit, it's my junior year. I need to go get an internship. So then junior year, you get that internship. That is only one real life experience that you have while in school. And now it's like, you're a senior and you're hoping for this return offer from this one experience that you have, and then you go and you're like, yes, I have a job now. Like, people are asking me, I'm a senior now in college, and I have Sally and Sue coming up to me like, yo, like, what are you doing after school? It's like, oh yeah, I got this job with this tech company. I'm so excited. And then you go and you work in that tech company and you fucking hate it. You hate it because of the societal pressure that you need to know exactly what you're doing by the end of your 4 years. And what I'm trying to preach and put out there, I want to hear your side of this, is why can't I get an internship as a freshman? Why can't I be a college student and just working an internship while gaining real life experience and balancing my academics? I feel like they don't push it. They're not right. They don't push it. It's like, right. I remember, like, I wanted to go get like I did luckily get an internship my freshman year, but it was through me. It wasn't like because of like school or anything. It's just my own personal network and connections. And I forget where I'm going. I just have a brain fart because my mind's going everywhere. But like, I like, it's just like, why? Like, if I'm going in somewhere and talking to someone, why can't I right away get an internship as a freshman? What does it make? If I'm ambitious, if I'm a hustler, if I'm willing to learn, like, I feel like a company would be like, yo, I don't give a shit if he's a freshman. Like, this kid wants it. Like, he wants to just gain some experience. Fuck, I'm going to go hire. Like, he'll go, I have this new product. I want it on the Penn State market. I'm going to give this guy the opportunity to go think of some marketing tactics and initiatives to go blow this thing up on the Penn State market. He goes and does that. Boom. There might be a future with this company. But they don't push that. And it irritates me because there are so many students that want to get involved and want to, like, work right away when they get here, but they don't even know how to start, or they don't know what to do. Right. And I want to try to create like a barrier between that to start helping students right away, like get job opportunity.
Connect with them.
What's your take on this?
I mean, for me personally, I've learned the most through experience, and I've also I haven't really gotten the chance to take a lot of comm classes here. I've definitely gotten a lot out of Comm 260W. That's like the one class I can be like, wow, like this has actually helped me as a speaker, as getting out of my comfort zone. And then like another class I'm in, Comm 170, Mike Portman, great professor.
All right,
great professor.
Mike Portman. He's the best.
He's awesome. Definitely have got
because he
preaches networking,
and
he teaches you real life applications.
It's not about the grades you make, it's about the hands you shake. Look, I'm shaking Katie Feeney's hand right now.
But I mean, it is true in that like networking, your connections, your experience, your work ethic, I think that's getting you further than like I got whatever these grades, this degree. Like I think like who you are as a person and showing that you're willing to put in the work and that you're a hustler, like that's going to get you further.
Why should a GPA define who you are? Why should a test score define who you are? What if I had a really shitty professor and he just didn't like me, so he gave me bad grades? Why should what I'm trying to say is that shouldn't define who you are. Yeah. It's the opportunities you create outside of the classroom that's going to help you with your future.
No, I'm in the real world now. I'm not a college student anymore. And I will tell you that the most important thing is your network, is your work ethic, your ability to learn on the fly and operate under pressure. I think that's regardless of what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Now, again, though, I don't want this to be misconstrued, all right? I agree that networking is important, all right? I'm not saying there's no value in it. I'm just saying school is not all for naught. Radio, I'm a broadcaster, radio reporting, TV reporting, those things prepared me to go network and capitalize on those opportunities when I networked. I think that they go hand in hand. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm here. Like, I wouldn't be here if I thought it was pointless.
Right.
Like, I want to get a degree and I want to learn because from, like, a broadcasting standpoint, if I want to go into broadcasting, to be honest, like, I'm not ready to do that right now at all, by no means. If I were to leave college and be like, I want to be broadcasting on the sidelines for a football game, I couldn't do it. So that I need to learn and I need to get more experience in, and I can do that here. And Penn State has great programs for that. So, I mean, it really depends on what you want to do. If I wanted to do strictly social media, then I wouldn't have to be here.
Right.
And if I wanted like that to be my entire rest of like my career, but like I wanted to evolve into some different things. I want to try out different things, see what I like. Who knows? Maybe I will end up doing social media. Maybe I won't, but I want to have the opportunity to like try out everything, see what I like, and then choose after college.
So, you talk about wanting to use college to gain a bunch of these experiences.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're really well known on campus. There's probably not a room you walk into in State College where somebody doesn't immediately recognize you. Do you feel like that gets in the way? Or are there times you wish you were not as well known while you were going through this process?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it definitely is hard for me sometimes just because, like, again, it's hard for me to see myself in the way, like, I guess, like a stranger that I don't know here, like, sees me on, like, walking, getting food, and then they take a picture of me, or, like, they'll whisper and then, like, get me in the background of a video or a photo. So, like, that, I love taking pictures with people. I love meeting people. I love talking to people as, like, human to human, not, like, TikTok girl to, like, student.
Right.
People are so crazy. Like,
But-
they're just like, oh, like, Katie Feeney, TikTok girl. And they're like, oh, like, yeah, I'm taking pictures of her. And it's like, yeah, like, she's a fucking human. Go up to her and just shake her hand.
But for the most part, people are really, like,
Seriously.
people are very, they won't do anything, like, out of pocket. Like, people, like, are, like, nice to me. No one will, like, make a scene. I feel like it was worse for me last year.
Yeah, are you
as a
able to
freshman?
talk about that or no?
Probably not too much.
Right.
I mean, I think if people go to Penn State, they've probably they'd probably know, but people definitely like.
You know, huh?
No, I don't know. I can imagine.
I mean, people like gave me a hard time on
I mean, it's Penn State.
Yeah, but I kind of.
I thought
It was also like
it was
being in a
nuts,
dorm and
yeah.
being a freshman. I think made it much harder. Like
People
now that
do
I'm
anything for the clout. They will do anything.
now that I'm in an apartment, it's much better. So. Just because I'm like away from like
separate
campus,
a little bit. Yeah.
Like I think like when you're constantly like seeing other freshmen and it's like a whole thing. Like I go on campus for class and that's it. Like I'm not just like walking around by the freshman dorms.
I got like revitalized in college when I moved away from campus and was off of it because it felt like
You're in like assimilation.
Yeah, like
that's
especially
a
as
good
a football
word.
player, we'd be in Nittany apartments. We'd go right to Lash. I'd walk to class, and those were the only two places I was going. It's like you never get to escape and unplug and just relax. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain
So this year, I mean, I've also been so busy. Like I don't even have time.
I feel like you're not even here half the time. I feel like you're at a Penn State football game on a Saturday, and then the next day I see your social media and you're in Washington at a Washington Commanders game.
Yeah, I've definitely like every weekend has been football. But yeah, I mean now it's kind of after this year, it'll be a little bit. Actually, no, it might be even crazier. Like I'm starting to get, it's all like by like quarters. So Q1, Q2, Q3, I'm in Q4, and then Q1 starts. And brands right now, like the process is starting. So brands are reaching out, opportunities are happening, but you have to agree to them now. But hopefully, like, I'll have winter break, and that'll be the slowdown. But, like, right now, it's a lot's going on. I feel very flustered.
What's your insight on building a personal brand right now? Like, this could go for athletes. This could go for myself. Like, I want to learn from you. Yeah. Like, what is your advice to building a successful social media brand?
Oh, I mean, it's everything. I mean, you think about the biggest people. I'm not talking about, like, the Charli D'Amelio's because that was like a different thing. But like the people that are blowing up right now, it's because of their personality. People are falling in love with their personality. And that's something like I even need to work on because I started when that wasn't.
Katie out of her comfort zone. I was taking a video of her on the street and she was like being awkward. I'm like, yo, Katie, like, let's go. Just talk to the camera. Be yourself. Who cares? Let loose.
Yeah, I am working on that because it's a hard thing to do, and that's like another skill. Like I've been doing this for a long time. Trust me, I do lots of reps.
I was about to say,
I think I do more reps because I'm filming the same thing.
Plenty of reps.
But no, it's literally just like you just have to talk. But like the people that are doing that, like something that's blowing up for girls right now are these get ready with me videos, and all they're doing is putting makeup on and talking to the camera like about their day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I went to class and then I had a gun.
I mean, it's like interesting stuff. So like this one girl, Alex Earl, she's blowing up on TikTok right now.
Miami girl.
Yes.
She was in Vegas when I was
because
there.
people they love her. They love her personality. So I think like that's the way to succeed long term is to develop an audience and like interact with the people that are watching your videos, because that's everything. Like, you have a platform because of the people watching it. So like, why wouldn't you? Or are you just gonna like post a video, no one know who you are, and then like you go viral a few times?
So I feel like I was just talking about this today. I feel like there's such a drastic difference in just having a following versus having a community.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Yeah,
Off the
Yeah,
top.
for sure.
How do you specifically go about trying to build a community rather than just a following?
I always responded to comments,
Yeah.
like always. Like, I would go through every single comment and respond to them. So I think I like started to gain an audience that way. And then, like, for example, like on my TikTok, I don't do it as much, but like if people like Snapchat, I probably do it the most. Like, I'll respond to comments, I'll talk to people, and that's where they feel like they know me the most, because I'm the most myself. Like, I show like parts of my everyday life. Like TikTok, especially over quarantine, I was making the very like, I set up lighting like this, and I like sat down and I would unbox videos, and like I'd make the cuts and I'd do a voiceover. Like, that's not me talking to the camera. So I was used to that. So I had to like figure it out going to college and like shifting more to lifestyle, how to literally just show who I am. And I think people are starting to see that more, and I've like really been working on it. Just because I want people to like also just see me for who I am. And so there's not as much of like a shock when someone meets me in real life and they're like, oh, like, you're cool. Like, I wasn't expecting this.
Future of like social media. So let's say, obviously Hawk, he's on TikTok, he's on Instagram, hasn't started YouTube yet. What's your advice to someone that hasn't even started yet but wants to get started? Like, what platform should they go and start attacking, like, right now?
YouTube Shorts.
That's the wave. Everybody keeps saying YouTube Shorts is where
because
it's
YouTube's not going anywhere. TikTok is unpredictable. I'm pretty sure there's already like talk about TikTok getting banned again. Like, I'm pretty sure I just heard that, but I could be wrong. So TikTok, I'm like, it's definitely the best platform if you want to grow like short term, because it's the easiest to go viral on. And it's like, obviously it's one of the biggest platforms right now. Has been the biggest for a while. So I think YouTube Shorts, just because like they're really pushing out that content because it's new. Anytime there's like a new platform, and YouTube Shorts is still relatively new, and like over time videos do grow. So like, as long as you're consistent in putting up videos, like I started from nothing on YouTube. Like, I like did not post on YouTube. I posted like 2 videos long form, and then I started posting shorts, and I was at like over the summer, and I went from like 0 to 3 million now. So I'm not 0. I mean, I probably had like,
I'm posting shorts right now, and they're getting 8 views.
No, but that's the same for me. That was
somewhere.
the same for me. It literally took me like 3 months for my first video to gain traction.
So 3 months of consistent, like 3 to 4 videos a day. 3
Yeah.
months straight.
Yeah.
And then
All
I
right,
started
I'm gonna make it, like,
posting.
5 to
I started
10.
posting 10 videos every day
For how long?
for
I really wanna
a
explode on that.
long time. Like,
So should Hawk, when he gets back on his like TikTok grind and social media grind, should he not even like, should he dabble into TikTok or
no,
I'm not
I
gonna
think for
stop
sure. The thing
TikToking.
is
Yeah.
like,
TikTok? Don't
you
stop.
can repurpose your content too. Like
Yeah.
that's like,
You use the
I think
TikTok
that's the
downloader
most
thing?
strategic ways. Yeah, like I'll post original content on each platform. Especially Snapchat's different because it's just like, like snippets of your day. But YouTube and TikTok, like if I film a video on my camera or even on TikTok, like you can put it on both. Or if I film a video for YouTube, I can put it on TikTok too. So I think that's the way to do it. And like TikTok, trends on TikTok are going to be similar on YouTube. Like you see a lot of the same stuff. Same with Instagram Reels. People like, a trend is a trend. So sorry, I blinked. I got distracted.
That's how it goes.
I was like,
Jay walks in the door.
What's up, Jay?
What up, Jay? Fucking Jay walks into the door. I do the same shit. I'll be talking to someone, like even on the street,
I know, and I'm
and
like-
I'll hear someone. I think I did today. I hear someone say like TikTok or something, and I just like turn and I was like,
Then you
"Fuck,
lose
wait,
it.
what was I talking about?" But no.
But yeah,
I feel-
repurposing content. So post, and like TikTok helps you grow, I think, on everything. Like just like getting your brand out there, like your personal brand out there. And then YouTube, I like love my audience on YouTube. It's different on each, but
Really?
everyone on YouTube is so nice because that's a community. YouTube is, because it takes more to subscribe to someone on
Right.
YouTube than it does to follow someone on
Right.
TikTok. which is like what I've noticed. Like someone really has to like you to subscribe because
They
your
wanna be
videos
there
are
for
popping
that.
up. You're getting
You
notifications.
have
Like
3 million.
yeah, that's
That's
from
bananas.
posting
That is
shorts.
nuts.
All right, so from YouTube, if you can talk about this, like, how much money per month can you make from YouTube? I just want to, because I want to educate, if there are parents watching this too, I feel like parents, because, you know, this is kind of like the power of social media, and I feel like parents just look at, like, kids, even, like, in, like, elementary school, and then leading up to middle school, high school, their kids might be really passionate about social media, but their parents, like, be a doctor, be a lawyer, because that's the most high-paying job. But the thing is like, you have a ceiling on that. With social media, there really is no ceiling.
Yeah.
And I feel that you can make, it's endless. It's as much as you put in, you'll get out of it. So
I don't, long form is different than short form because like that, they haven't even really started monetizing. That's like coming in the future, like YouTube shorts.
Right.
Like that's like coming in the future is like ads in YouTube shorts. But because I've grown platforms and I've diversified myself on Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok instead of just one and YouTube. When a brand comes to me and they want me to film a video, I can come back and say, how about you give me this much more and I'll post on YouTube.
Right.
This is my engagement. This is my
do
reach.
you charge more for YouTube?
So I'll charge more if I'm gonna post on YouTube as well. So I'll post on.
So you'll create like a whole bundle package of
like
2 TikToks, 1 IG reel, 2 IG story, and 1 YouTube short.
And that's where I make the money.
Right.
I like
packaging
from like YouTube itself, nothing like crazy. Like there's like bonus programs, but like it's the same as like a creator fund type of thing.
Yeah.
But I know like YouTubers themselves, if you're making long form videos, you can make a lot from ads, but there's not ads on shorts.
Right.
So should marketing agents right now working with athletes be telling their athletes
Get on YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
Get rolling.
Like, still kind of go on TikTok, but start trying to really build on YouTube.
Yeah, because it's gonna be like it was like similar for Snapchat. I mean, the earlier you're on, like the more likely you're gonna be one of those people that are like successful on the app when it comes to monetizing.
What's like the next, like, what do you think is like the next big platform that people should be start thinking about, or do you not know?
Also, Snapchat. I think Snapchat is still relatively new when it comes to like you can have like when you're verified on Snapchat, like you're on a Discover page. So that's like a good, like a lot of people recognize me from Snapchat, which was interesting for me because like
How many subs you have on Snapchat?
I have 1 million on Snapchat. So like when I went to California, when I went to VidCon and when I went to Playlist, people were saying they recognize me from Snapchat. Like they know me from Snapchat, which I was like, I was surprised. I was like, oh, I would have thought I would have heard TikTok because like that's my largest platform, but people know me. It's my name, like literally, it's actually like must have something to do with the area because like even last year, like I'd like would meet people like here and they're like, oh my god, you're always on my Snapchat, like Discover, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I literally post like 50 times a day, and I made a separate Snapchat for my friends, and I was like, oh gosh, like this, it took me a while to post that much on Snapchat because Snapchat's like the one platform I was like, no, like this is for me and my friends. Like I'm not posting 50 times on my story or like posting on my story as much as I do the other platforms because it was literally like I made it in middle school. Right. So like Snapchat was just for my friends.
Right.
But then I was like, okay, so like maybe I should try like this like posting on my story thing because again, very new. Like people are just now starting to post on their story a lot. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll just make a different Snapchat. Like my friends can unsubscribe to me. They don't have to see my 1 million posts every day and they can add me on this one. So people added me, but like they didn't unadd me from the other one. So all my friends are still seeing, or like people from here are still seeing my posts.
It's funny because it pops up like, I don't have you on Snapchat, but I have you on Snapchat.
It comes up as subscription.
I will be in my bed. I will be.
You can't.
The amount.
Yeah, like I just like pop up because like it must have something to do with
It's ridiculous. Like I'll literally be laying in bed. It'll be middle of the night. I'm just chilling, and Katie Feeney's story somehow is on my phone. It's ridiculous. It's just crazy how that algorithm works. It's unbelievable.
No, yes, that's like why I think it's if you can start like gaining an audience on Snapchat, then get verified. Like you're definitely gonna get your like face out there at least, or get people to know who you are because there's not as many people that are like Snapchat stars than are like on TikTok.
Right.
So if I'm trying to like add someone or if someone's like adding me on Snapchat, like adding
It'll
you,
say subscribe now if you have a public profile.
But like, what if I actually want them as a friend? So
You just add them back. Everything's the same. Like,
so like, I don't like pop up as like, all right, they add me. I have the notification at the top.
Yeah.
I just click add, and then I can actually like snap text them.
Yeah,
send a selfie.
no, I only have my friends that I like talk to and like Snapchat, but I just can get like anyone can see my stories, or people that are subscribed to me can see my stories, and I can see what they reply, and I can reply back, but it doesn't mean I'm adding them back.
So my next question, not to shift the topic, but we keep talking about like the strategy of what you're posting, where you're posting, and why.
Yeah.
I see a lot of content creators kind of get stuck in just that phase where they're only content creators. Have you started to think about how you'll elevate beyond just the content as you continue to get older?
Oh yeah, 100%. Social media isn't guaranteed. Like, it literally, like, anything can happen. So, and that's part of the reason why, like, I love what I've been able to do with sports, is because, like, if I'm not doing my own social media, I could do it for
you can do it for a team.
And if an NFL team, or like for the MLB or something like that. So like I feel like if social media were to end today, like I could like work for some. I could figure something out.
Why would you want to work for someone when you're the one with all the knowledge?
I mean, yeah, like I mean, it would still be my own. I mean, yeah, I guess that's like a matter of if like I stopped doing social media, which I don't think it's not just going to disappear.
Right.
Like, it's become too big of a thing, and like maybe one platform could just like end. But now that like, that's why like I've grown on each one, and that was my goal, because when TikTok almost came to an end, whenever that was.
Were you crying?
No, I wasn't crying, but I was
almost.
like, oh, like.
You're done?
Yeah. And in a way I was like, okay, like, oh well.
Yeah, but I feel like from that
but
time.
like I hadn't grown, and again, like however much I had on Instagram was still a lot, but like compared to like my TikTok following, none of it carried over on TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, nothing. So I literally just had TikTok, and I was like, okay, so I like went on lives, and I was like, everyone follow my Instagram, everyone subscribe to me on YouTube, like please, and everyone was doing that, and that kind of opened up my eyes. I was like, okay, like literally even the biggest platform can just stop, like it's gone, and then what? Like, I've built this for how many years, and then it just disappears. And again, like even the algorithm, it's always changing. Like my views, like at one point could have been amazing, and then all of a sudden they just like start to decline.
My views are down on TikTok right now,
and that's because like the algorithm. That's just like the algorithm, and it's discouraging. And then I'm like, oh, like again, like you can be on like the highest high, and then all of a sudden it just like starts going down. Yeah. But then that's not to say that it won't come up again. And like the best advice I've gotten is like, you constantly need to reinvent yourself and like come up with something new. And if that means shifting your content a little bit, if that means like, I don't know, like
another platform,
or like a new, like really focusing on your personal brand, like that's what you have to do, because I mean, the next big thing will come, and then they're like, what's hyped up, and that's what those are the videos that are blowing up, and then it's like, oh, who's she? Like, who cares? Like, that was 5 years ago. Like, I'm on to the next person.
Yeah. So as you're sophomore, so you still have 2 more years of college.
Yeah. As
you kind of grow in your college career and then come to graduation, how do you see your content kind of transforming? Because obviously when you're, my age, like 22, are you still going to be doing the content that you're doing now? Or do you think you're going to be doing more like entrepreneurial type of content, maybe going over a business that you're trying to build? Kind of just talk to me about that.
I think my main focus is just like really showing my authenticity, and I think that's where I'll see the biggest content change, and that's what I'm trying to do now. But in terms of like,
you said it here now, so we better start seeing it.
And in terms of
you
like
heard it here now.
my like PG, I'm very clean. My content is very clean. Like I won't say a curse word in a video. Like I am. Most of my body is covered. Like that's just the type
what brands are looking for, though.
Well,
like,
and that's why I've been able to get the opportunities I've gotten.
Right.
And I think that's part of the reason some people like will have they'll assume things about me before they meet me, is because my content is so clean. But like, there's a reason I keep it clean.
Right. It's
like
intentional. Yeah.
Like I'm a human like everyone else, but like I'm where I want to go in the future. Like, this is what I have to do and what I want to do. And I also I like that it's taken me longer to grow and get to where I am because I kept it very clean. Because to me, I'm like, I really worked hard. And I think like that's like people don't know like how I came to where I am, but like I've worked so hard, and it took so long and like so many hours. Like even when I was supposed to like overproducing on YouTube and Snapchat, like I would spend 3 hours on vacation, like before I woke up, like 3 hours before everyone else, and just like posted. And then I was like, okay, like when you work hard, you'll see success. So like, and I again kept it clean. So like, I don't think I'm not going to completely shift.
Like PG-13?
Yeah, like maybe PG-13. Like when I'm 21, maybe it's a PG-13. Yeah, I'm 21 in August. So maybe PG-13. Maybe I'll say a bad word every once in a while.
Makes a bad word.
No, I made one TikTok on. I have like another account that I don't even post on it. Like, and I've said like a curse word and like literally.
You can say it on here.
Well, I'm kind of nervous.
So, can I ask? Okay, so this is my thing.
No, like I'm nervous. Like because people got mad at me. They were not happy. I can't believe you, Katie.
Yeah, so why are you? Hey.
No, you
don't give a shit.
No, I do. No, not about the hate. Like,
say it.
No.
I'm not forcing her to say it.
I feel pressure now.
Okay, this is one of my questions. So when I make my content, like I'm just gonna be real. I will cuss. Okay, that's just me being real. I don't cuss on the content, but in real life, like it'll happen. I never, to this day, I'm a grown man. I'm a graduate. I've never cussed on my content because I am terrified that my mom will see it and she will confront me immediately.
Yeah.
Do you have any fear of that?
My parents hate that I curse. But the thing with me is, and I know you're saying you're going to be becoming like very authentic and stuff. And it's like, if I stopped like the cursing in a sense in my content, people would be like, why is Bradley
It'd be weird.
All professional?
It wouldn't feel authentic
like,
from
yeah, because it goes with like.
Because it's just like growing, like in high school, I see like, like Gary Vee was, one of my guys that kind of just got me to that mindset of like, who gives a fuck what people think about you? And I took it to the extreme. I was like, yeah, fuck. Like he's up there saying fuck, like cursing. And it's just a part of being a human and a person. It's the nature of it.
No, yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, a lot of parents watch my videos too. And like my friends' parents.
And I guarantee you those parents curse.
Well, probably. Yeah. But like, even like my professors, like
they curse.
Walked into class, like, my first day, and they were like, oh yeah, I know who you are. Like and I was like, okay, so, and then I made a TikTok in one of my professor's classrooms, and he's like, why wasn't I in it? Like, why didn't you put me in it? And this was like the next day, so I was like, okay, so my content is being seen by like I don't know. And even in high school, like all my teachers saw my videos too. So like after college, like okay, maybe.
I don't see. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't see it happening. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
when she turns 21, like she'll. Because if you're trying to be authentic, like and just being you, like I feel like it might. Like also, you're not gonna be like, here's this brand. Like it's gonna be like, yeah, like Katie, we're walking around downtown today, like, and then like a curse word might pop up just because it's the nature of how humans talk.
It's the nature of how you talk, and a lot of humans
I honestly like don't really curse that much.
I've never gotten the vibe.
I'm not like who I am online is who I am. Just like a little bit more of like a clean like version. Like I still am like 20. Like but I'm not a different person than I am on social media. Right. So like I think I'll like still like stay how I am, but yeah, I don't know. I'm also like a homebody. Like I don't know. I just like don't see like myself like. I'm not going to try to become someone I'm not just because I'm like, yeah.
Right.
Just because now you're 21 now.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I can go.
But like, that's just not me.
So when you start doing like the authentic content, do you see yourself like, let's say like going to like a bar or like going out and about and creating like content when you're out just to show that side of you once, you are 21?
No.
Or do you think you're going to stay away from that?
Probably not. Just because like, another thing with like this is where like I have trouble with like the authenticity and like privacy. Like I like a lot of my life to be private. And like that's especially being in college still and like I have a boyfriend and like all that stuff. Like I want that to be private. Like I don't want that to be online. Like there's parts of my life that like once I like completely expose myself to the internet, then it's like there's nothing that's just mine. And like that's important to me. So like even like I can't like I see like a lot of people like they're really sharing everything, but like I'm not at that point right now where I'm comfortable doing that.
Right.
Just because I like stuff to
I want to say
myself.
shout out Jack too. I met Jack when I was at in Virginia Tech. He's a hell of a guy.
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
Katie's in great hands. If anyone is wondering, Jack.
This is my question. Shout out Jack if this is going on the podcast.
Yeah,
but wasn't the conversation just that we weren't? She wanted to keep it offline.
She just said she has a boyfriend.
I thought maybe she gave a hypothetical.
No, she has a boyfriend. Jack.
No, actually,
he's a cool ass dude.
he is cool. He's really cool.
Right.
D1 baseball player.
Jack, shout out you, man.
No, but like
Respect.
I don't like make like we don't make like couple videos or anything like that.
Oh,
Right.
Are we allowed to talk about the past or no?
I'd rather not.
No, I want to. Hey,
That's crazy.
no, that's not. You never know until you ask. It's intriguing. It is very intriguing to like the public of like.
Go ahead then.
No,
Go.
she doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't want to talk about it, so I'm not going to bring it up.
Okay. So my next question.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm a lot of. Hey, I'm Curious George over here. If I want to ask, like, I want to
Curious
ask for
George,
permission
guys.
first.
I'm sorry. I should have allowed.
Ask
I just couldn't hold back my reaction. It was such a crazy question. Like the way I love it. I just was shocked. That's all I'm saying.
No, I respect that. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, past is the past.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my next question. You talk about
Was that awkward?
I'm fine.
we talk about privacy.
Yeah.
Do you think there's ever a day where you get older and you just like disappear off the grid with the social media thing? Like, do you just stop one day,
You're like, I can't.
never to be seen again? That never happens.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because like I think with social media, like what I want to do next, this is only going to help me. And even like just like people I've talked to, like in very different type of job, and like they're like, oh, like maybe you could help me advertise this. Like we're trying to grow our social media, and this is like brands I would have never thought would even like have a interest in that type of thing. So I think it's like only going to help me, and I do love it. So like
I have a genius idea that
yeah.
like we can go like in like a tech company type of thing to help college students.
Oh.
That's like my next big thing
Yeah.
that I really want to focus on. Like I'm saying, like build a personal brand, right? Because you build your personal brand as big as you could build it, you can really go and start any business and it can be successful because of the credibility you have and just what you've been able to build over the couple of years. And you know, to me, this is kind of what I've always like wanted in a sense. It's like, all right, just build your personal brand as big as we can, and we can go and start like any kind of business, and it can be successful because of the network that we have, the people we're meeting, people we're in front of, the mentors that are behind you. So like, do you see yourself starting like your own type of marketing agency, or?
I definitely want to go into like the having my own like product, whether it's beauty or fashion or like a clothing line or fitness. I definitely want to get more into fitness. That was like something a while ago I started to do, and then I kind of stopped doing that. So maybe that in the future, just kind of like figuring out what there's so much that I love to do, so it's hard for me to like do just one thing. So like that's what I also need to figure out, is like honing in on one.
So why don't you hone in on one business, grow that?
Yeah.
And then once that's operating, like I could see you just being like that badass woman in business, just being like a serial entrepreneur, like making a huge impact on society and like paving a way for like young like women in business.
Do you feel the pressure to do that?
I think I always feel a little bit of pressure with what I'm doing.
It's right here.
I think like for me, I just want to really take advantage of the opportunity I've been given. So I think like I put pressure on myself, which is why I like work to the extreme I do, because I don't want to lose the opportunity, because anything like in any given moment can change. And then I don't want to like ever have to be like, I could have done this, but I didn't try.
Life of no regrets.
Yeah. And I like
that.
I can confidently say I don't have any regrets.
What's a quote you live by?
Oh.
Or one of them.
I like that question.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
She's put on the spot.
Oh, can I make my own quote?
I
don't know. Like,
something. All right. So like,
I'm like blanking out.
What? Like, what is your like? Why do you do what you do? Like, what is your like your ultimate fulfillment for like life? Like, when you die, like what do you want to be like known for?
Like,
I'm getting deep here.
No, this is going to sound like cheesy. Like, I'm genuinely trying to make a difference.
Yeah.
And like when I was little, like I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to do like physical therapy, which is obviously not a doctor, but it's still like I wanted to help in some way. And like there are so many young girls that look up to me, and like that gives me fulfillment. And like especially with what I'm doing with sports now, like I want young girls to know that like if you work hard, you can do it too.
Yeah.
Especially with sports in a space where it hasn't always been a lot of females. Like I want to show people that it is possible, and like having young girls look up to me, that if I've done that, then like I've succeeded.
I always say I learned it in class. They got you going. You like that? So
that got me like,
oh man. Anyways, they always say representation matters, right? Like, for you, it's what young girls see you doing. For me, I remember growing up like a black kid, like, what am I capable of doing, right? So for young people to be able to look at somebody like you who is accomplishing so much, like, that's got to mean so much to you. Like,
oh, yeah. I mean, like, the fact that I'm even making an impact right now and I can only continue to do that, that's why I do this.
Is there someone that you, like, look up to that you've watched their videos and you're like, I want to do that one day, or like you started crying because you're like, I can literally see myself doing what they're doing right now?
Erin Andrews is like my biggest role model, just in what she's been able to do in sports. As like I look up to, like in the sports world, like she's the person I'm like, I want to be her.
Have you gotten to talk to her before?
So when I went to the Super Bowl, I was supposed to, and it didn't end up happening because she wasn't at the Super Bowl.
Talk to her right now. Let's get her.
Erin,
come on, Erin. To this camera right here. Erin,
her clothing company has sent me stuff.
Hey, let's
but like,
go.
I don't know if she knows.
We doing little promos here and there.
So like maybe she knows, like if she saw my face, she'd be like, oh, like I was supposed to meet that girl, and like I was gonna do like an interview with her.
What's one question you would ask her? Like, all right, I'm Erin. I'm Erin right now. Hey, Katie, how are you?
Just like what's your advice for me? Like going into this new space, and like how can I really like capitalize on this, and like
that's a great
and
question.
also just like tips and asking questions and interviewing, and like that's the stuff I need to learn if I want to do that.
That's low-key the coolest part about growing such a big following. It gives you immediate access to the people that you've always looked up to and you can learn from, and it gives you such an opportunity to learn.
So true.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, it's nuts for sure.
But yeah, I mean, this was awesome. Like, I hope that the viewers right now learned a lot from this. We really got to know a lot about Katie.
Yeah.
Have you talked about all of this before in like interviews, or like has this really been like the first time that you were kind of just like, letting loose and just kind of talking about whatever it may be?
I don't do it often. So like if I maybe like a piece of it here and there, but yeah, I don't know.
Not all in one take.
No.
Yeah, I'm really excited for people to hear this. Like there's just so much value that you add. Yeah. Like I don't like I think you might realize a little bit, like I don't know if you know to the extent of like what you've been able to do over the past 6-7 years with building your brand. People would dream about that, and you're literally only 20 years old. Yeah. It's truly inspiring to me. Probably.
Yeah, no, seriously, really. I always told people, like, you know, I knew who you were when we first met last year. Like, I had heard about you. But I was so shocked, and me and Brad talked about this, where, like, you were so humble, you were so driven, you could tell that you were, like, it just was shocking, because, like, obviously the content's really good, but, like, you never know if people have more to them than just that. And you're definitely one of the few people that I've met in that space specifically where it's like immediately apparent. Like you can tell immediately. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, I mean it's just
that's real life.
Yeah. It's just real talk, and I'm just so happy that you're just having this positive impact like on society. You have all these like younger girls like looking up to you. You literally you can go back home and you have all these people like running up to you, taking pictures with you. Like I've seen you at Beaver Stadium with like these little girls wearing like Penn State jerseys, and I guarantee like in their head they're like I want to be Katie Feeney one day. It's crazy. And you're having that impact, and I'm gonna say it again, you're only 20 years old. Like you have such a bright future. Like I am excited to just watch you grow and continue to support you in anything that you do, and be a resource if you need anything. But yeah, I'm getting deep.
I know. I'm emotional over here right now, man. Great episode. Kick the Sheets. Episode what, 2?
Episode number 2.
To the viewers that didn't watch the first episode, go back and check my man Brad out. Show him the flag.
Just because the episode 1 was just about me, just because I feel like people don't necessarily know who I am. And that's why I was so happy to have Katie on, because, again, the amount of people that come up to me and like, who is Katie Feeney? Like, now they can watch this episode and be like, wow, like, respect. Like, she is a rock star. And that's why I was so excited to have you on, have Hawk be a co-host. So I want to give you
Wait,
Kick the Sheets.
For me?
This is for you. Kick the Sheets flag. Kick the Sheets flag. Here you go.
Wow.
Put it right on you. So now you can hang it in your dorm. You wake, or not your dorm, in your apartment.
Win the day.
You hang it on your ceiling. You wake up, you see it, and you just kick the sheets.
No, I need
get up.
Motivation.
I'll wake you up.
Get up and win the day. Like I was always big on writing posters, right? Like whenever I'm like trying to like do something, like I'm like, all right, I need to write it. I need to handwrite it down and stick it up like on my wall. And I remember I was like, should I just write like kick the sheets nice and big? And I was like, you know what? Let me get flags. And like there's just such like a deeper meaning now. Like when I wake up and see this flag hanging, like that's me. Like that is me. There are so many people watching what I'm doing right now. There's so many people that I'm inspiring, and it's like,
well, yeah, it's a mindset. It doesn't have to be waking up early. It's like literally a mindset. Like win the day.
Win the day.
Live to the fullest.
Yep.
I love it.
Microphone drop, or like, what do I say?
Thanks for having me on, guys.
That's it. All right. Subscribe. Kit, what do you say?
Do it like you mean it. Do it like you mean it.
Well, subscribe. Turn on post notifications. What else? Katie, you gotta help me here.
You can find me on just like Katie Feeney on everything.
At Hawk Sauce on Instagram, at Aeneas Hawkins on TikTok.
Yep. Kick the Sheets pod, episode number 2 has officially come to an end. Thank you, everyone, and stay tuned. We're about to have some more rock stars on this podcast, get deep into their life, talk about their journeys, and just how they've gotten to where they are. Brad ... is out.